Well, good morning, Get Wrecked for Recovery crew. So it's day 97 of the Redeeming Eden Cycle Tour, RECT, Get Wrecked for Recovery, a bicycle trip across the United States of America to raise awareness that there are addiction recovery options available, that you don't have to die in your addiction. There's churches, Celebrate Recoveries, and rescue missions all over the nation, all over the world, that just want to help you and talk to you and love you if you find yourself battling addiction. So I'm here at the Cave-in Rock State Park on the border of Illinois and Kentucky on the Ohio River. And yeah, really good night last night. It was really, really cold. I just got my shower. There was only one temperature on the shower, and that was prison hot. So it was good. But yeah, I spoke to Nancy, Michaela, and Laszlo this morning as I was coming out of the shower. It was weird because the shower building shares vents through to like the ladies' side, and I was in there taking my shower and I heard women's voices and I was like, oh my gosh, did I go in the wrong door? Oh, please God, no. And so like as I kind of stepped out really cautiously as I exited the shower, I realized there was nobody in the bathroom with me, and then I heard them talking. I actually sneezed and the girl was like, God bless you. I was like, thank you. So anyway, yeah, but when I came out of the door, they were there on the playground. And so we had a brief conversation. They said that they saw me yesterday while I was cycling, and then saw my bicycle here at the campground last night. And yeah, really neat to meet them. So again, super cold last night. It's still really cold. I hope that this clears up at least sometime soon because wow, cold. But either way, I've got the rest of my stuff charging right over there. I pulled into the campsite. It was $20. Thanks again, Kyle, yesterday. And when I went to pay this morning, he said, no, it's only 10 for bicycles. So I was like, yes. I'm going to go up the hill, grab some breakfast, and then I'm going to cross over into Kentucky on the barge. I think I've got 45 miles to go today. I'm going to go through Clay, pick up my package from Carol Carpenter Licton, and then there's like a Baptist church a few miles past that looks like they allow cycle camping. But I've got some relatively big hills to climb. For the first 22.5 miles of the day, I'm coming up out of the Ohio River Valley and onto some kind of plateau, and then it looks like it flattens out for me, mostly. I mean, for a ways. Not like flat, but just not quite what I've been dealing with since Missouri started. So either way, I'm not going to keep this long. I got to get on the bike and start riding. I got state number 10 to get to, Kentucky. I love you guys. I'll see you later. All right, so I stopped here at the Lodge restaurant and had a hamburger, a bacon cheeseburger, and interesting thing. So they were shifting, I guess, from their breakfast to lunch time frame. She brought out the hamburger, my jalapeno poppers, set down the ketchup and mustard, and they were in those little, containers. I was ready to dig in, poured the ketchup on, poured the mustard on, and then I realized the ketchup was not ketchup. I had a bacon cheeseburger with strawberry jelly and mustard. She said, oh, do you want me to change it out? I said, no, I don't really have the time. I'll just eat it. And actually, it wasn't so bad. It tasted kind of like a barbecue hamburger. It had that sweet kind of tang to it, so maybe I'll do it again later. Anyway, so the porch up here overlooks the river. It's still a little chilly, but it was really, really nice view. So yeah, I'm gonna head down this big hill and then back up those hills over there on the other side once I cross that barge, which you're about to see right about now. Oh, look at that. You know, I have not, both of my previous ferry rides on the Olympic Peninsula, exact same thing. I rolled up as they were boarding. I have not planned any of this way, but it is so cool to be on God's time and not my own. State number 10, Kentucky. Here we come. Howdy. Want me to roll to the front? State number 10, Kentucky. So cool. Free ferry ride, by the way. No charge for anybody. I guess Kentucky owns the ferry, and it was supposed to shut down earlier this year. And last minute, they kept it going. So I'm now in state number 10. Love you guys. I'll see you later. All right, so it's 5 o'clock. Right on time. Got to the post office. They actually closed at 3:45. But two stories about post offices on this trip. In Teton Village, I sent 8 postcards home to my family and did not address a single one of them. So I called a couple weeks later and I was like, hey, was there an issue with the postcards? Did I not put enough postage? And the guy was like, you didn't even put an address. I was like, I'm so sorry. So I was like, can you, possibly write down the addresses on them and send them for me? Is the postage on it? He said, postage is on there, but I'm not your servant. And I was like, whoa, okay there. I said, is there any way we can, reconcile this? Because those are very important. They're supposed to go to my family, and I am bicycle touring the United States, and I'm, hundreds of miles away. I was in Kansas at the time, and that was in Wyoming. And so he was like, no, there's not really much I can do. I said, I'll pay you. I've got Venmo. I mean, you know, what is it going to take for me to get those mementos home? He said, I tell you what, I'll send them to where you are. Where are you at? And I said, and gave him my home address. So he shipped them home for me anyway. Long story made short though, this post office, I realized I wasn't going to make it on time, and I called. And the lady there was absolutely just, I mean, you know, how can I help you? You know, what can I do to make this work? And hung around a little bit extra for me to be able to get my package from Carol Carpenter Licton. So let's see what it's got in it. This is like Christmas, you know. I got another one of these from Ian Goff back in St. Augustine, Florida, that had the tent and the GPS in it. That's all on the first trip videos. I will read that in just a moment. I was hoping this was what it was. And when she told me she was sending a package, I said, I hope that it has some of the trail mix that you told me about when I was in Raymond, Washington. And she said, it's not a surprise now. So, I've been thinking about this stuff for 3,000 miles. Fantastic. Some protein bars. And plenty of Ziploc bags. Thank you so much, Carol. God bless you. I cannot thank you enough. This is like, it's like Christmas for me. So, yeah, you're amazing. Oh, I see some cash in there too. Yikes, thank you. But you're amazing. What a good friend. Sister in Christ. And yeah. I'm going to sit here and read this and pray for you, and I'm thankful for you today. And this is a special touch on my journey. It's one of the things I'll remember always. Thank you again. I've also got to figure out where I'm staying tonight. Clay has a park here I can stay at, but I'm trying to make it to Frank's Fort, and I've got plenty of time to do it. I just ordered a Hunt's Brothers pizza. They're making it now. They said it was going to be about 20 minutes. I guess they had another one in line. Which is more time than I expected. But I'm going to figure all that out, and you guys will know what I decide to do right about now. Wow, I got burnt today. Goodness gracious. So I made it here to the park in Clay, Kentucky. I did not get in touch with the guy at the hostel down the road, so I would rather not ride 10 miles and find out that I have nowhere to sleep tonight. This is on the map. The only unfortunate thing about that is that the next place is that place, Frank's Fort. That's 10 miles away. The next place after that is Sebree or something like that. That's 20 miles away. And the next place to camp after that is 71 miles away. So I've got a big day tomorrow. Anyway, it looks really good on elevation. Maybe a couple thousand feet over the entire 71 miles. So I am so looking forward to that. It was amazing how the scenery just changed again to, like, you know, out of the Ohio River Valley to these rolling cornfields and prairies and flat rolling hills that you can see for miles. It's really beautiful. But I'm here at the park. They got some guys over here playing baseball, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I am done for the day. I got everything ready to go. I'm just going to lay my mat on that picnic table. Thank God for that mat. Oh man, out of all the things that I have, I think that's one of just like the absolute most, you know, useful things I've got. I also ordered my down jacket. I think it's called, it's made by Mountain Hardware, and it's a ultralight down hoodie. Super expensive, kind of like how my sleeping bag was $370 something. This jacket was $370 something. But it only weighs 6 ounces. It's waterproof. It's a good mid layer. You know, I can put it under the rain jacket in case I do run into some cold rain showers as I get into Virginia. But with these last few nights, you know, when I was at Yellowstone, it was 31. Up there in altitude, no humidity, it didn't really bother me that much. It was cold. But at nights right now, I am literally just shivering, like shaking, because it's so cold. It is just so cold. Cold with humidity is just, it's killer. But either way, that is ordered. So now I will be able to sleep in peace and have something warm for when I travel. It's also a yellow color, so I'll be highly visible, even if it's, at dusk or something like that when I'm riding. So I am, like I said, done for the day. I'm going to go ahead and I ate half my pizza. I'm going to eat some of Carol Lichten's trail mix. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's got like dried cherries, dried blueberries. She sent some dried mango slices. I got the note. I read the verse. Thank you, Carol. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting and editing this video for the day because I've got to wake up early and pedal. Got some miles to get tomorrow. So, if you know anyone who's passed away from addiction in any form or fashion, please drop their name in the comments or find me on Facebook, Adam Lineberry, Mobile, Alabama, and I would love to ride for your person and celebrate their life with you for a day. If you know anyone who is actively addicted, share this with them. I don't want to see anybody else die from addiction. That's the whole goal of why I'm pedaling, is to start a rehab so that maybe another life can be saved. Let's use YouTube as a tool that we might be able to do that now. If you know anyone who's in recovery, like Alan, today is Alan's 3-year recovery anniversary. Called him first thing this morning, and I'm actually riding in honor of Alan today. Not something that I normally do, but in that case, meeting him, and it was quite serendipitous that he was coming right up on that day. I may also pedal in honor of Connor O'Reilly and also Ian Rhodes. I'm going to pedal a day in honor of him. He's in Scotland and he watches the videos regularly, comments, keeps up with me on Facebook. So those are 3 guys who I look up to in their recovery, and yeah, definitely going to do that. Again, it's not the norm, but I think it's worth it for these 3 fine, upstanding gentlemen that are doing their recovery. Connor with 5 years, and I'm not sure about Ian, and Alan with 3 years today. Congratulations again, Alan. And then don't forget that Redeeming Eden is a nonprofit ministry through International Gospel Outreach. I'll leave a donation link in the description. Just click the down arrow and you can find it. You can go there. You can donate one time. You can donate monthly. It's whatever the Lord puts on your heart. If he puts it on your heart to pray, then just pray. Prayer has got me to state number 10, Kentucky. I wept a little bit. I'm sure you could hear it in the video, but I really did. I got a little choked up. Pretty neat stuff that God has provided all my needs all the way across America by faith. It's him. It's got nothing to do with me. If you've got the faith, he's got the funds. I guess that's what they say. So anyway, from here at the Clay City Park in Clay, Kentucky, state number 10. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Okay, change of plans. You guys know I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, right? It blows my mind that God hears our prayers the way that he does. So I was sitting there under the pavilion, just recorded the end of the video, starting to get a little cold, was emailing my wife the receipt for the jacket. Little old man named Al Chancellor walks up and says, hey, you doing the all the way across the country bike ride? I said, I am. And he said, it's supposed to get down into the 30s tonight. I said, it is. And he said, the Methodist church right around the corner, sometimes they let cyclists stay there. I said, okay, well, that's cool. I'm about to start putting my stuff out. I think it'll be all right. He said, they let them take showers and everything. I said, okay. He said, as a matter of fact, just call the cafe. They can put you in touch with them, or go over there to the door of the church, and there should be a phone number. And so I said, all right. And he said, call the cafe. It's Jerry's Cafe. Look it up. Call them, and they'll get it situated for you. I said, okay, all right. So I looked up the number to Jerry's Cafe, called, kind of told him real quick, hey, this is probably the weirdest call you've ever got at your restaurant, but I'm looking for a place to stay. Al Chancellor told me that the Methodist church might be able to help. And the lady said, call my husband, Andy. And so I was like, okay. Called Andy. Andy answered, and he was like, hey. He said, I don't think they let anybody stay there at the church. He said, I'll call and find out, but, just don't know. And now, mind you, the last things that I was talking about was it's going to be a big day tomorrow. Got to wake up early. Got to do 71 miles to get to the next place. First place is Frank's Fort. Next place is Sebree. And then it's 51 miles to the next place. And I was just sitting there kind of a little overwhelmed. And so Andy tries to touch base with the lady, says, no, they're not going to let anybody stay in there. He said, I'll do you one better. Let me take you to Sebree. There's a church there. And they have like a hostel. So I looked up the church on the map. It said, no reservation needed, show up. And so I was like, you know what? You got a deal. So Andy came and picked me up. Faithful man of God. Shows his love by, actually doing works to show love. Like picking me up and taking me 21 miles down the road to Sebree, Kentucky. And then driving back home. Get here, meet Dylan, the pastor. Dylan brings me through the door of their, essentially what is their youth area, and says, what's your testimony? So we got to talk a little bit about that. Told him about the YouTube channel. They've got a bicycle room back here that I'll be able to take a shower in. And put a pen on the wall and sign their guest book. They've got like papers that tell you if you're eastbound, what to expect, westbound, what to expect. Just so much love shown by the church. Come in and read this verse. That's it. If you're watching this channel and you cannot and do not believe in God or have no idea what it is that I'm experiencing, this is it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I trust in the Lord. All my heart. I'm just giving myself to Him. I don't even try to figure it out on my own. And I'll sit on a picnic table cold, and a little old man named Al Chancellor will set me on a path to essentially luxury for the night. I mean, I don't even have to set anything up, and I'm under the foot of the cross. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy that He hears our prayers and immediately answers. Like, I wasn't even really, activating prayer. I was just thinking in my mind, man, it's going to be cold tonight. And, man, I've got a lot of miles to do tomorrow. God's like, I got you, bud. Taken care of. I cannot fathom or comprehend how all this is working. It blows my mind. What a testimony. I'm going to love to sit back and watch these videos over again and see all of this happen all over again. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I've already recorded the end of the video, so I'm not going to do that. But I did want to give you the update so that tomorrow morning when I say, good morning, get ready for recovery crew, and I'm inside a church, that it won't be, confusing. So, yeah. I'm getting ready to cut and edit this video, and then I'm going to sleep. Probably on this couch right here. Thank you, Jesus. I love you guys. I'll see you later.